Actually had the camera the wrong way around. Wow, that sums up this week so far. Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the start of week 8 of my 52 weeks of fitness in my 50s. The last thing I probably said to you was I've got a bit of a sore throat on Saturday night, but I was hoping to do a 2.5 hour run on Sunday. Obviously that run didn't happen because I've come down with a cold. 2 weeks out from Tokyo Marathon and I've got a bit of a cold, so I have been coughing up crap. Whenever I get a cold I tend to get a chest infection, so I've phoned the doctor this morning, said can you help, give me some antibiotics or something please, and I'm waiting for a call back from them. But typical, isn't it? I mean, I don't actually feel completely hideous, I'm just a little bit breathless, and breathless 2 weeks before a marathon isn't ideal, is it? So I'm getting a bit of fresh air, taking the dog out, and this week I'll just have to see how it goes. It's so annoying because we're just starting to pull together Tokyo details, getting flight times sorted and arrangements to get to the airport and this sort of thing. And this happens, of course. My wife had COVID a lot of last week. She got it from a friend that she ran a marathon with 10 days ago or so, and so we sort of kept her out of the way as much as we could. My son's in a new job, so we're trying to avoid it spreading too much, but touch wood, maybe I'll get away with just a light cold. But if I can get some antibiotics tomorrow it'll be good. So that's how this week is starting. What do? I feel like I could go for a gentle bike ride. I feel like I could do some strength training. But probably best today if I just rest, see what the doctor says tomorrow and take it from there. So what a great start to the week. Hope yours is doing better than mine. Well, it's Friday today. First time on the bike since COVID struck last Saturday. Chest is certainly on the mend. What have I got, 9 days till Tokyo Marathon? I should be fine. Yesterday I did my first negative test yesterday, so my plan sort of all day was to go out for a 5-mile easy run, chuck in a couple of 20-second sprints just to see how I felt, and I left it, believe it or not, until 11 o'clock at night. I've got this sort of, I don't know, COVID chest feeling. Things aren't quite right. Everything's a little bit laboured. Everything feels a little bit tough. And I was kind of terrified of going out for a run and finding that my heart rate was straight in the 180s, 190s. But eventually, 11 o'clock at night, I thought, sod it, let's go. Got changed, went out. It also stopped chucking it down with rain by then, which it had been doing all day. So yeah, eventually got changed, went out, and surprisingly my heart rate was pretty good actually. I was sort of 8:55 miling. It was around about the 155 BPM, which isn't massively above where it would normally be. It's a little bit raised on the 20-second sprints into headwind and stuff, but overall I was pretty pleased. Felt pretty good. Didn't end up utterly exhausted like I kind of thought I might do. Damn COVID's everywhere at the moment. But hopefully, you know, I was better off getting it that week and have this week now to fully get over it, rather than if I'd picked it up this coming week, I'd have been done for. And Tokyo Marathon is just a ridiculous dream goal to be going to go and do. I can't believe it, I can't wait. Even things like looking at the aid station food that they're giving out is ridiculous. Some of the stuff on the course, I might put a picture up or a plan of the aid stations. Azuki bean paste, cream filled pancake, pickled plum. There's all sorts of wacky stuff being given out. So I'm certainly going to be taking the camera around and partaking in the 26.2 mile extravaganza of a buffet that Tokyo's got in store for us. So today is just a 1 hour easy ride, finding my bike again, getting out for a spin, and generally getting back on track. As I said, 9 days to go. It's turned a bit cooler again, hence the winter gloves are out. It's about what, 7-8 degrees C? Something like that. So one thing I did do while I had COVID was I phoned the doctor's surgery and explained to them that I had COVID, and the last time I had it, it turned into a chest infection, and I had a chest infection in January, and I've got Tokyo Marathon in a week. Any chance they could just give me some antibiotics? And they did do, which is something I've been asking them for a lot just recently, and they're obviously fairly hesitant because they don't want people to get too comfy with taking antibiotics all the time, as it, you know, impacts your resistance to fight off infections and things yourself. So they gave me some antibiotics. What did they give me for? 5-day course. I've got 1 day left, and normally that is what makes a difference. It's something I am very susceptible is chest infections, and that's the real symptom I've got now, is that I'm coughing up rubbish and generally feeling a bit bunged up. But a nice ride, nice bit of fresh air and a cup of coffee is really what the doctor's ordered. What a lovely loop. Heart rate's feeling really good on the bike. I don't know why, but it's like really low, like almost lower than it would normally be. Oh, floods, hang on. We are certainly suffering with the floods around here at the moment. Kept my feet dry, that's the main thing. While I'm out on my bike on this lovely day, I might just do a quick introduction to all those lovely new subscribers who've joined the channel recently. Thank you very much. First of all, I'm very grateful that so many people want to watch this old fella run and ride in various places. But by way of introduction, I'm 52. I'm not a lifetime athlete. I wouldn't even call myself an athlete now. I'm just addicted to doing this sort of stuff. So when I was, I guess, 15, 16, getting on 20, I smoked a lot. I didn't do any sport, didn't do any cycling. I had a bike. That was about it. All through my 20s I was into hot hatches and video games and smoking, and it wasn't until I hit 29, year 2000, my wife and I had been married for a couple of years, and we decided we were going to start a family, and the first thing we thought was we better both stop smoking. So my wife and I both stopped smoking. She did it straight away. I took a couple of years, in all honesty. Oh, tight corner. We stopped smoking, and at the time my dad was a marathon runner, and I often used to watch out of the bedroom window as he, when I lived at home, as he would go out for a run, and as soon as he'd gone, I'd be lighting up the cigarettes. And I never really understood what he did or why he did it. Occasionally we'd go and watch him at a race or a marathon or something, London Marathon a few times. And it wasn't until we were at that sort of starting a family age that he told me that he had Huntington's disease, that it would eventually take him from us. But with the research that he'd done, the best thing he could do was to stay fit and active for as long as he could, which is why he just ran all the time. He's a very busy businessman, sorry. And in his spare time, he used to just like to get out for a run. And it turned out that was because it was the best way to fight the onset of Huntington's, which is a horrible, horrible disease to witness, those of you who know of it. Very much like Parkinson's. It gets passed on through the families. If you've got it, then you either have it and it kills you, or you don't have it. There's no sitting dormant or anything. Whoop, floods. And basically you pass it on to one in two of your children. And so with there being myself and my two sisters, we decided we had to get tested straight away. So we all had to go through a period of counselling to check we could handle the outcome. Because if you've got Huntington's, it will kill you, or something you pick up from it, either pneumonia or choking or accidents. One way or another, it will kill you. So before you can be tested, you have to go through counselling to check you're not going to do anything stupid with the news. And by some miracle, all three of us were clear. So my dad's greatest victory is that he killed off the line of Huntington's disease in our family. No one else has got it. It is gone. But I took his words of just stay fit as long as you can quite literally and started running. And so that was the year 2000. I was 29, 30 years old. I started running. And for the first 5 years I had to carry an inhaler with me all the time, because I strangely had really bad asthma as this unfit smoker. But over the years I managed to fight off the asthma, and I'm no longer asthmatic and no longer need an inhaler. Again, I think fitness and exercise has beaten asthma. So yeah, over the years, 2000 I started running. 2002 my dad and I did a half marathon together. His last race, over the next few years he got worse and worse, ended up in a wheelchair and then died some 8 or so years ago. But we ran a half marathon together, which was amazing. It was my first one, his last one. He beat me. He used me as a pacer for 12.5 miles and then destroyed me in a finishing sprint. Best memory. But then 2007 I did my first marathon, which he came to watch me in London. He sat at halfway in his wheelchair with my stepmother, and I went over Tower Bridge and I stopped and I gave him a cuddle, and then I carried on in floods of tears. But yeah, he came to watch me 2007. Halfway I was halfway in 2 hours, and then it fell apart because I was really not very well trained, didn't understand marathon training. I finished in 5 hours 45, so the second half took me 3 hours 45 minutes. I'm not ashamed to admit. But that's when I thought I need to start learning about running. So then a year or two later, with running injuries, I started in triathlon. Did a few sprints, and you know, you get a running injury, the doctor says try doing some biking or some swimming while you can't run. And before you know it, you're buying a shiny road bike and signing up to a sprint. But yeah, a few short triathlons later, a few more marathons. I've done Valencia Marathon, 3 times, London 6 times, Mablethorpe, Liverpool, this year or last year, New York, Boston, all sorts of marathons. But eventually you do a few half Ironman races and then sign up for a full Ironman. So yeah, 2017 I did my first full Ironman. You may notice I never rush into anything. Started triathlon in 2008, first Ironman in 2017. Started running in 2000, first marathon in 2007. It's about the journey. It's not about the medals or ticking things off, it's about the journey. So yeah, 2017 first Ironman, 11:45 in Vichy in France. And then 2019, Challenge Almere, 10 hours 26. And where are we now? 2024. And next week I've got Tokyo Marathon as my 20th marathon. And I'm obviously not one of the quickest, by a long way. I think I've won about 2 age group prizes in my lifetime. But it's just the training I love. I know when I was asthmatic and a smoker, I'd have a coughing fit, or a laughing fit that would turn into a coughing fit. I'd need my inhaler, and I'd be asthmatic, having a panic attack, not able to walk up the stairs. I used to play five-a-side football with my work office. I was about 28 years old. I'd get out of breath in goal. I tell you, the feeling of being fit and healthy and able to take on anything just far, far outweighs whatever you can do, you know, if you're not fit, if you have no fitness. The self-confidence it gives you, the belief in yourself to think 10 miles, yeah, I could do that, I can run that, I can ride that. The feeling it gives you is unbeatable. Just getting out on the road. So yeah, that's a quick update about me for all the new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I've got some amazing events coming up this year, not least Tokyo Marathon in a week, but the Gralloch gravel race, the Fred Whitton cycling challenge, all the highest peaks in the Lake District. I've got Valencia Marathon at the end of the year, where I'm hoping to go for a marathon PB. Between 3 hours and 3 hours 10 would be an ideal. Hopefully Berlin Marathon if we can get the tickets sorted out. Lots of big bike rides in between. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, do us a favour, hit that button. I'd really appreciate it. There's something about that 1,000 subscribers which is just really appealing. Like anything, we always want a little bit more, but as I'm on about 660, 1,000 would be fantastic. So go on, give it a press. And why not hit the bell icon as well, so you get notified of my videos. I do one every week, and some surprise midweek videos as well, of just random stuff. I'm building an ice bath out of a whiskey barrel at the moment. Come on, surely you want to see the video on that. Well, I'm 20 miles and 1 hour and 35 minutes in, and I'm almost home. What a lovely ride. As for the rest of the week, well, Saturday tomorrow I've got a 1 hour run to do with two 20-minute sort of progression blocks, starting super easy, going through to about marathon pace. That is my run for tomorrow, and then Sunday is a rest day, and hopefully by then I'll have finished my antibiotics and I'll be well and truly on the mend. Well, Sunday today, and as I said, Sunday is a rest day for this week for once. Very rare to have a Sunday rest day. I did my hours run yesterday, 2 blocks of 20 minutes sort of progressive easy effort through from a very steady 9:45 through to about 8-minute miling over 20 minutes, then a 5-minute recovery and then repeat. Went absolutely fine. I did the first lap with my son, which was lovely, and then he drove home and I ran home to finish that run off. So that was yesterday. Today I'm having a little bit of a tinker in the garage. I put up another shelf. I brought my running shoes, or my racing shoes, out here onto shelves rather than my helmets, and I've got some hooks. I'm going to work out where to put my helmets, somewhere on the wall in here, I'm not too sure. But I'll wrap up this video here while I'm tinkering in the garage. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. New video comes every Sunday at 6 PM with some midweek ones as well. So thanks for watching. Hope you've had a good week. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.